Anywhere. Whoops. Alright, folks. Here's day 3. Day 3. So, last time, we are pivoting to ADing from SDing. So that would mean moving our middle finger to our ring finger. And this is made possible because now I have a 3-button keypad as opposed to a 2-button keypad. And it seems like we took and transferred a lot of our our transferable skill set to it, so it's going up pretty quickly. We're gonna jump right in. Try to keep it to an hour as per usual for the first week, and then we will add our feature set, right? Our feature artist set that we'll do at the halfway point of our session. Not until after a week of reacclimate. The aiming part is gonna be more of a dynamic thing, so we need to actually play maps and get our right hand loose. Since then, though, we've been doing artwork and whatnot, so it's pretty. Right hand is a lot of work, right? I'm right hand dominant. The left hand, not so much. Not so much anymore, since I stopped playing instruments and whatnot for quite some time. Alright. Let's see. And we did struggle a lot with slowing down, since usually we know that 10 clicks per second is the comfort zone. I just realized it doesn't stay preloaded. I'm curious if Peppy would be interested in doing that. I feel like personal resets should stay preloaded. That'd be kind of nice, a nice feature. I realize that as I'm trying to keep track of relative, because the leaderboard thing is of all the local scores, and it's on the top just to keep myself. That's a pretty decent warm-up. It's gonna take some time to get used to, for sure. Let's go to our comfort area and then try to slow down more. Only got an hour. Stiff right now. Holy heck. That's quite a burn. It's fine. Takes a while. Yep, I'm gonna need a second there. It was about a minute. And we started feeling some very noticeable tension. Oops. There's quite a lot of stuttering here. Yeah, it kind of falls out of rhythm every 15 or 16 seconds. There's a double tap on the... There's a late lift on the ring finger every 15 or 16 seconds. That's fine. Something to work on. After a while, I kind of like enter into a trance, and I kind of lose timing of where my ring finger is in the beat. So it kind of like accelerates a little bit, it kind of bumps a little bit, but it's a lot more stable at 140 because it feels like I'm not pausing. I felt a little tension from starting to build up around 1 minute. I think our goal is just to do this a couple times because I don't think we need to push that hard. It's only really the second day. Third day for the pointer, the index finger. I think the terror is probably gonna be the the triple, or like the burst resets, because I still haven't decided if I'm starting on my ring finger or my index finger. Traditionally, I started on my middle finger, so we'll see which one feels more comfortable in a day or two. Let's step down a little bit and just try to fill out a rhythm play. Okay. We're kind of warmed up a little fast there because we were trying to adjust from 150. It generally takes me, traditionally, mentally, like intellectually, it takes me more than 2 minutes to readjust to a new BPM, especially if it's a constant one. That's more or less how long it took. Like, around the halfway point is when I kind of honed in on 140, but I was really tapping like 145. It was like, it's still 140, but sometimes it went 145, and it was largely 140, only I was tapping early because I haven't been reading beat maps for a while, like the way the approach circle was, so I was consistently 140, but also consistently early. So that's more of a reading issue. Right now, my tapping intuition is like kind of offset with the way the game visuals are. That's what happens when you take a break. You can still get the mechanical consistency, and you still gotta bring back the knowledge check, right? To get everything lined up again. I saw to the right that the vast majority, the average was above, which is nice. In the laser, Osu laser, the white little caret is indicator of your average, and then all the other marks are still the same. So I was looking at the white caret, and then most of the distribution was above. Okay, let's try this in. Near the end, I kind of started honing in again, but there's like, you can see that there's two distributions. The gap between my ring finger and my index finger, there's like a really noticeable 20 millisecond gap between them, and it's because my middle finger is closer in the gap. So I'm using middle finger, pointer finger timing, but my ring finger takes longer to move. So it's consistently two clusters, and it's early, because I'm still reading the approach circle early, so everything is above by like 50 milliseconds. But there's a really clear gap between my pointer finger in my ring finger that I need to close up, or else, you know, when you get to like OD9, that gap has to be like compressed down because there's a latency between the two fingers, which is interesting. It's very clear. There's two distribution. Auditorily, like when you're hearing the pitch sounds, they're close enough that they kind of separate regularly, but you can hear it. It's kind of like a skipping instead of a constant back and forth. The stamina, no stamina, no noticeable stamina issue, so that's fine. This might be a stamina issue because it's longer, and only a brief break in two places here and here. That's a big stamina issue. Oh my gosh. My arm's on fire. It was like after the pause. The two pauses were really, really hard to stop and then go. But this is where we think we are. Maybe we rest a little and see what happens here. This will be pushing a little past what I planned to do. But historically, maybe a minute, at least like a minute is the best I've got ever from all the play way back in the day. So a minute of this is as far as I get, and it's not consistent or controlled in any way. I think on average, for someone to really enjoy the full breadth, the full depth of Osu, being able to sustain 180 at 20 seconds straight is good enough. I would say it's very satisfactory. Obviously, 20 seconds 180 sustained means you can generally do like 200, 220 bursts, which are less than 20 seconds, right? In terms of bursts, I guess we ended up at 210 at some point, and the sustain was just back-to-back triples would be for like 30 seconds, which generally most songs and stuff wouldn't demand that unless you're really playing a song deliberately used for that. For myself, I tend to favor songs that are a little bit more dynamic, so no constant going heavy. That's not too bad. We got lots of time. I think we'll get here relatively quickly. For the featured artist stuff, we really only need to get to 160. 160, 170. Our goal is to get to 160 so that the following day we can start on triples. Because I really need to figure out what to do with triples. It's probably going to be awkward for the first couple days to bouncing between it. Historically, again, I used to start triples on my middle finger. Occasionally I start on my pointer finger. But I had starting fingers on both for single tapping as well. Although my middle finger is still dominant, I would say it takes up 60 to 70% of the start burst, and then 30% for the pointer finger. I don't know if it's going to be the same going into that. Let's try to do this. See if we got a minute. Let's see if we can do a minute. Okay. So we have a few problems. again, there was an AR change on this, right? So this is where are the stats on these songs? Oh, so wait, yeah, where are the stats on these songs? That's interesting. Oh, here. No. Oh yeah, here it is. So there's an approach rate change here. So it might not be noticeable here, but no, not an approach change. What am I trying to say? So when you jump to 160, the timing that I'm looking at is different, and I don't know how to quite describe it. But what it causes is me to tap really early, and it took me a while to slow down on where and when I need to tap. It's always been, this has been a known problem. And then it took me a while to adjust to 160. But I got it somewhere near the end, like around after 1 minute, which is usually how long it takes. So we're gonna try again. It's not the approach rate. It's not the AR that changed. It's just when it's AR 8 and it gets past a certain BPM, I have to tap slower than I think I have to tap. It's kind of weird, but that's just how I normalize it. I'm like, oh yeah, like one way is the stream head. The stream head is fades quicker. I don't know. That's how I'm thinking about it. How fast the stream head fades. Let's see if this helps once I get the mindset again. Nope, still really early. That was a bit better, but I'm consistently early, as per usual. Just incredibly consistently early. Yeah. It's a bit better, for sure. It's gonna take a while. Slow and steady. And then when you drop, when I drop speed, it tends to be a lot better after adjusting to a higher speed. It still takes about a minute though, but the feeling is kind of nicer. That's a stamina problem. Yeah, that's tough. About like 2 minutes in, just after the break, just rough going. Ring finger stops lifting. We can maintain for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is probably cap right now. Pretty satisfied. It's only day 3. Got another 10 minutes or so, take some time, breathe a little. Took a minute around the dot to readjust to a new BPM. About halfway through. Ugh. Running out of stamina. stuttered a couple times. Just a little couple, just a few. Kind of let my mind wander a little bit. Too soon. Too soon. It's kind of rushing. Should have waited a little bit longer. I'm trying to slow down so much that I'm actually slowing down too much. Oops. It's okay. Pretty alright. It's good. That's it. Good for today. Not bad. I think I'm pushing too hard though. It's a wee bit too much. Gotta really work on exercising discipline. Because I don't want to wear myself out. Can't push too hard or else can't do this on a daily basis. You would need an additional rest day in between. We're not trying to go to failure. Trying to go to like, right now, today was more like a 90% day. I want to cut it back. So I've got to stay around 70 to 80%. Shouldn't push to the point where I feel like there's too much tension. Warm up is fine. Warm up, the first 2 or 3 we're gonna feel tension. I'm trying to keep so that the 155, playing this one twice was pushing it. If we keep doing this, I'll fatigue by the end of 7 days. So gotta keep it a little bit lighter. It is one of the tough things about like progressive practice is going too quickly, like pushing too hard. It applies a lot to retraining and beginner gains. So when you're starting a new skill, a lot of times exercising discipline can help you in the long run. When you start a new skill, it can be incredibly exhilarating, based on like how quickly you train up, right? But then it plateaus. So I generally am a person who likes to exercise discipline and keep the learning curve and the progress as linear as possible, just as steady as possible, as to not fall into the trap of pushing too hard and overtraining and whatnot. And retraining is very similar. If you spend a year away or something, it can feel like riding a bicycle and you just want to do more and more. But generally speaking, you'll wear yourself out, and then you'll go through a period of overcompensation. Like you'll dip below and have to rest up. And that can be it can form an emotional barrier for a lot of people. I'm okay with it. It's just that's not my goal here. I don't want to burn out and start dipping too low when fatigue stacks up. I gotta keep it a little bit. I gotta rein it back just a little bit for tomorrow. Just a wee bit. So we'll see how that goes. Gotta fill out how well I'm recovering each day though. Alright, that's a wrap for today. It might seem like I went past my goal, but generally speaking, when you're using realistic goals, it's set in a way that is keeping you from overreaching too, just as much as it's keeping you from underreaching. So at least for myself personally, when I set a goal, it's the average that I want to reach. And if I go over my goal, that is overreaching. If I go under my goal, then I have problems to adjust for sustainability. Traditionally, most people, when they set their goals, they believe it's a cap, like a glass ceiling. So if you break that glass ceiling, it's always desirable. And that's a mindset that I don't resonate with. When I set a goal, it is a realistic goal. So if you ever ask yourself, are you a realistic person, an optimistic person, or a pessimistic person, right? A pessimistic person says, I need to at least minimally do this so I'm not disappointed.
So they set their bar low so that they don't get disappointed in the long run, because they understand that they're aiming low for a higher bar, right? For an average bar. And that can create a bottom line effect where that person is underperforming where they can be performing consistently above. And then you have the optimistic goal where, like, this is what I want to get at. If I reach this, I can stop. That's the optimistic goal. Someone who knows what their peak is. So they're always talking about peaks. And then if you have a realistic goal, you know there's a great potential for you to exceed that goal, but also underperform that goal. And for me, that's what I mean by I'm overreaching and I'm overtraining. Today was slightly, got a little emotional, you know, I was kind of excited, feel myself getting caught up. Because if I was a lot younger, I probably right now push 180 right away. But I'm not going to do that. This was a little bit of a push too. Anyways, just a little talking to myself, I suppose, about I'm lecturing myself about being a little overzealous today, just slightly. These are acceptable, you know. Every once in a while you can go over and under, it's fine, but try not to get carried away. Because if you're pushing a little the next day, you're gonna push a little the following day, which is 2 times, you know, it's gonna be even more than the day you pushed before. They're just gonna keep pushing. Eventually, you'll fatigue, you'll burn out, you might get injured, and then all of that creates a negative feedback loop with your emotions. So then you lose motivation and whatnot. So it's not, in my opinion, the most sustainable, healthy way if you're doing something not to complete it. So if you're doing completion tasks, it's okay to push really hard. Because when you complete it, it's the ceiling effect. When you're given a task, you complete it, that's as much as you can get, right? A realistic person would focus on how long it takes you to complete the task, how you feel, how you manage it, and all that. But generally, it's acceptable if you're completing a task. So like completing a game checklist, you can push as hard as you want because you're not expecting to repeatedly do that for your foreseeable future life. But in this case, I would say a game like this, if you have a performance mentality, you gotta exercise discipline. If you're riding on cloud 9, you still got to stop and rest. It's just the most consistent way of keeping your body and mind healthy. So I'm only saying this, I'm largely talking to myself because I kinda, yeah, it feels great though. It does feel great in moderated doses. Alright. I'll see you next time.